One of the easiest ways to get a collection of medieval looking artwork is just to grab a public domain collection online, digitally clean it up, and then you can sell them as vintage looking prints, either with the attribution to the original artist or without. So here's just an example of one. Here's another one. And so in this video, I'm going to show you where I found these, and then you've got now access to these if you wanted to make t-shirts, coffee mugs, or high-end prints showcasing these weird, bizarre medieval designs. Okay, so I do not want to sound like a crotchety old man on these YouTube videos. I'm very grateful that the world has given us free, public domain images. This collection comes to us courtesy of the National Gallery of Art, and it just kind of makes me laugh because these websites, although I'm very grateful for the free images, they can be a bit of a beast to navigate. And what I mean is, like, where is the National Gallery of Art? Well, you scroll down and it's like, this just makes me laugh. You scroll right down to the bottom and it's like, we're in the West Building. It's like, what city are you in? Now, I happen to know it's in Washington, D.C. I've been to this museum, but it just makes me laugh because it's like the people who run these websites, I don't think they quite understand that people may be searching, trying to find information. So anyway, neither here nor there. It's in the National Gallery of Art. That's the website. It's nga.gov. Now, if you're trying to find the collection, it's inside the National Gallery of Art, and it's called Giovanni Battista Bracelli. And this is an Italian artist who really didn't live very long. I mean, you look at that 1624 to 1649. I think that's like 25 years old. This person passed away. It's pretty sad. So as we scroll down here, we can see there's different works of art that this Italian artist has made, and they're all right here. So I'm going to open up one of these images. I'll just pick on this one, for example. And so this is the image here. Now you can download it. I can click the little download button, or I can click on the image to see a higher res scan. So this is pretty cool. So here's the high res scan, and then I can click the little plus button on the right hand side, and that will zoom in and give me a higher res scan. I can move the image around as I need to. I can even click the plus button again, and it will give me a really high res scan. So that's pretty cool. You can actually, drill down on this. Now there's a lot of pockmarking on the actual page because it's like so old, right? So getting a high res scan of this, you may just want to use the image as is. If you try to vectorize it, you may be spending the rest of your life trying to pick off these little tiny nodules here. But anyway, at the end of the day, it's still a great looking image, and it's some really funky, interesting, medievally looking stuff. So I'm just going to go in here and pick up a couple images just at random. And there's not a ton of them. There's maybe 50. So here's one. It shows you the figure, but it's all made up of like individual shapes. So if you have the technology to clean up the paper, that's awesome. But if not, it kind of adds to the mystique of this a little bit as well. Here's one where it's mostly geometric shapes making up a couple. They look like people. And then here's the third one. This is spirally people. And again, you can get pretty high res on this. They look like snaky people. So it's nice to know that you can get a high res image of this. Now I do want to point out, if you go into the National Gallery of Art and you scroll right down to the bottom, you're going to find FAQs, and you're going to see how the library, like how this museum works. This is what they call open access images. So I've got that. The open access policy is for public domain works, okay? And that's what these are. So these are works that the gallery believes to be in the public domain. And that makes sense, right? Because this artist is from 1624. So this is well over the 80 years beyond the copyright. So the root images now are in the public domain. So you can use these as base designs for t-shirts, fine art prints. You could clean up these images if you wanted to. You can use the underlying work and you can create artwork based on that. So I hope you found that helpful. There's some really cool, funky stuff in here from the nga.gov site. And I'm going to put a link to this actual collection in the description in the video. But if you're just trying to find it, if you just go onto Google, like maybe you're watching this on TV and you don't have access to the actual YouTube page, you can just type in the artist's name. It's Giovanni Battista Bracelli, and a bunch of images come up. And then it's about 1, 2, 3, about 4 down. It's the NGA Gov is what you're looking for. Giovanni Battista Bracelli National Gallery of Art. And that brings you to 74 results inside the collection that you can then scroll through. You can either click on the download option or you can click on the actual picture. And when you click on the actual picture, it brings you to the item number inside the museum. And again, you can click on the little link here to download the image, or you can click on the image itself to check out a higher res copy. Now you can always click the little plus button as well, and that brings you in. Now you can't right click it. You saw there when I right clicked it, it said IIP Move Viewer. So what you'd want to do is just go back one with your browser. That takes you back to this page. And then from there, you can select the download button, download this image. And from there, you can then select the JPEG file. And that's what you would use then as your base to create your artwork. So lots of cool medieval looking. The other thing I like about it is that they're all kind of the same size, like they're all landscape. So you could create a nice collection of similarly themed pictures. And that can really help you out if you've got a website where you're listing fine art for sale or posters. They would all be very similar looking. So you wouldn't really have to remove the background, because if all of them have it, then that's just part of the allure of having this collection. So I hope you guys found that helpful. Again, I'll put the link down in the video description, and have a look through it. This is a great looking art gallery inside this museum. And yeah, I mean, hey, you never know when you might need to find a weird medieval picture of some slinky snake people, to fulfill that custom order that you've been looking for.